Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Bloodborne. Last time, we managed to complete basically the first part of the game and show off exactly where everything begins, effectively setting the stage for what's to come after. Now, the overall arching story of Bloodborne, at least for the first part of it, is the story of a town caught up in an epidemic, an infection that causes men to turn into beasts, to monsters. And those, like we're told we ourselves are hunters. We're made to hunt the beasts, to remove them and make the town safe once again. Just go out and hunt a few beasts. It's what's good for you. We're hardly the only hunter out there, though. And for many of those we've come across, it's just a part of life. The other thing we've confirmed, however, is that the healing church that gives the blood that uses to heal people, has many secrets it doesn't want people to see. And they'll go to quite extreme extents to keep people out of it. Just to the left of the main cathedral, there's an entire point where there was an entire section where they processed the corpses they draw the blood from. The blood and viscera they need for ancient rituals to conduct and contact eldritch beings from beyond our lives, beyond our world.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire? Very well, let me stand.
And yeah, get another point of arcane. Alright.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Well, I suppose as a resident of the hunter's dream, her wanting us to find our worth in the waking world is understandable. Still, we've cleared out a good chunk of Yarnum, and we've reached the Grand Cathedral, where the Vicar, the current head of the healing church, became a beast, and Vicar Amelia was put down. We are a hunter after all, and she had become a beast. I made time and I didn't speak of it much at the time, but you'll note what she prayed for. She prayed, much resembling the statues on this altar, for the blood to purify, to erase them, that her hunger for blood would be her salvation. She was very much pleading, praying. She was a supplicant to something greater. And yet, to contrast, here at the grand altar, we find a skull. Not human in any way. Well, human enough in general shape, but clearly transformed into something else. Sharper teeth, the head and general face shape is much closer to the muzzle of a wolf than a human shape. And yet something draws us closer to it.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me?
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
I want you to take a moment to understand the difference of what we were just shown. Vicar Amelia, clutching this very gold pendant. This pendant, passed down among the Vicars who head the healing church, is a reminder of the cautionary adage, words that will open the gates of Bergenworth. Fear the old blood. It's a source of power, but it should be tempered by fear. After all, what comes next and what comes deeper is terrifying indeed. And you'll note, this room looks a little different. Officially speaking, we've moved deeper into the night. And interestingly, I didn't comment on it before, but the Grand Cathedral. Look what's guarding your path upwards. It's easier to tell when you're leaving. These creatures, otherworldly in shape and form, clutching spears, presiding over your entrance. Fear the old blood. Fear it, Lawrence. It is powerful beyond reckoning. We are born of it, made men by it, and undone by the blood that runs through us. It's now nighttime. Yep. Yeah. It's getting late. Our adventures in this place have let it become much later than it was. Note, he was sleeping. But if they see you, yeah, they will. Still attack you just the same. Make no mistake. And it's gotten later. But all right. Yeah. we've gotten fairly strong in our time as a hunter. What would have been more challenging earlier now grows more trivial, and we can grow bold enough to walk down the middle. And yeah, and I showed this earlier, but the way we need to go after learning the old words is of course down here. And the guards, yep. He still stands guard over where he's supposed to, but the giants no longer patrol. It's gone too dark. They're here to hole up for the night, for things to pass them by. They've exhausted themselves. We already know what's here. Come on. Yeah, the crow. Okay. Alright. Yeah, come on. Ugh. Yeah, these mind suckers just suck, because they always just want to sit there. They only have one real attack. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they only have one real attack, which is they paralyze you and then suck your brain. No, the hunters are still out. You know, I always wonder what's hitting it. You can only hear it from here. But it's like somebody punching something trying to get out. I assume it's like somebody trapped in one of the coffins, maybe? This is one I'm not sure of. Like somebody's trapped in one of the coffins and desperately trying to get out. At least that's my assumption. But you can only really hear it from around there. Still, in this hidden little echelon of Berg, we head down to where we were asked to state the password.
The password. Oh no.
Gotta close the door. We must fear the old blood. And it opens, revealing someone who's long been dead. Already dead. You get a free madman's knowledge for it. After all, how does a dead man ask? I think you're used to just getting insight automatically. I think they just switched it to a madman's knowledge. But we get to descend down, having the password and greater insight. To the Forbidden Woods. Understand, as I said before, any secret of the church and Bergenworth are well protected. Deviously so. There's an old rule of reality. One always has to remember. Everything has to come from somewhere. Yeah. Keep that in mind as we advance forward. Everything has to come from somewhere. The Healing Church's blood comes from the corpses of those at the hunt. The Black Church robes tell us that the Church is not so in caring who they get their blood from. Specifically, are elementary doctors who understand the importance of early prevention of the scourge, achieved by disposing of victims and even potential victims before signs of sickness manifest themselves. The scourge of beasts is little more than a pretext for these people to gain what they want. Yeah. And keep that in mind. The reason we're told just hunt some beasts, it's good for you, is because that's the common and easy line for people to tell. The church doesn't want you looking too deep into things. We've already done some by visiting the charnel. But well, ow. Much less Bergenworth. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Much less actually having the audacity to visit Bergenworth itself. Surely the church would never want that. More Madman's knowledge. And some blood gems. Solidified blood that's become unique qualities. Gained unique qualities that may strengthen our weapons. After all, in many ways, blood is the essence of a living thing. Another lantern. A check mark given to us by the messengers. Helpful little spirits. And a crow. Doesn't open from this side, and we can see there's an item there. Well, with any luck, we'll be able to get through soon enough. But we need to come here first. And here you can see the depiction of the clothes of hunters on scarecrow-like objects. If I had to guess, this is more of a warning. Hunter, you've gone too far. This is not where you're supposed to be. Ascend back to Yarnum proper and hunt only where we want you to hunt. Take as much as you want from where we allow. And make no mistake, when I say this, they are quite devious with what they want. Yeah. Yes, even that roll towards the end will kill you. Be prepared. They are utterly. You are not supposed to be here. You're supposed to run around, run rampant through the city, and that's it. But that's not where we are. We've pushed past the feeble truths and the feeble lies that the church has wanted us to see. And we will continue to push onwards. After all, if we have the strength to do so, there's no one left to stop us, is there? And isn't it... Now, this is actually another sort of trap. There we go. That guy is actually going to hit you with a particular type of grenade called an oil flask. If you're unfamiliar with the Soul series, the oil flask is a setup. It douses you in oil, and then any fire damage is done as like doubled or tripled. So, yeah. That's why there's so many fires, because these guys will be looking to push you into the fire so you take a lot more damage. Alright. Yeah. Basically, they're looking to... Yeah. Get you to walk into the fires. If you look to the top left corner, that triangle symbol next to my stamina and the bold hunter's mark, that's how you can tell I'm covered in oil. The actual hit of the oil doesn't do much damage. Yep. But if anyone hits you with a torch or... Yeah. Hits you with a torch or you walk into the fire, yeah, it hits a lot. It hurts a lot more. Oil is like any other status effect, though. I believe it just a little bit, like, I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute. It'll wear off. So, just be careful. And of course, the items here are all baits to try and get you there, get yourself hurt. But yeah, understanding your enemies and understanding what tools and tactics they have is the key to victory. And now we have basically a split path. There's the lower route. Actually, there's three. This little narrow path, a middle, and an up over the hill. The right path will bring us to one of these little pricks who are that means this is a trap. That means there's something really big and nasty behind him, and these are always traps to try and get you to run into it. In this case, I see a couple of crows. And like just some crows. There we go. Yep. Excellent. Alright, just some crows. So, nothing too nightmarish. Alright. We'll take the left path next. These flowers. Bellflowers. What's interesting about them is, notice that their heads are all wilted and heavy. They all aim low. Oh, something's coming. Oh, another one of the patrolling beasts. Yeah. Not the worst. Yep. And so long as you're pulling in blood vials, you should be alright. And this broken house he was patrolling in. A beast blood pellet. The large medicinal pellets supposedly formed of coagulated beast blood, banned by the Healing Church due to their unclear origin, grants the spur the beasthood. Ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's sense of beasthood, feeding strength and euphoric feeling alike. I believe the beasthood is what dictates how much HP you get back after you take a hit. If I remember correctly, but it's been a little bit. It's been a while since I played through. And I was never one to really play the fast and loose beast style, where there's certain weapons that work off of beasthood and, you know, the frenzy combat. As you might have noticed, I'm more the practical sort. Another hunter. Come as far as he can. And fell here. You should be familiar with this trap now. Not really. But if you see the pile of wood like that, it's usually a trap. Yeah. And believe it or not, it's actually a multi-layer trap. Alright. Something that's interesting is just how poorly made these traps are. They all break. And that will always be one of the funniest things to me, is just like this feeling of, yeah, no. These are not made to stand the test of time and be reset. These were slapped together to the best of their ability. And that was and that's to the entrance of this small town. But as you should learn by now, whenever possible, do not take the front entrance. And there seems to be the red light of someone surviving out here. A survivor, all the way out here.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be, you know not the value you possess. But
Oh?
more's the pity.
What?
The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending.
True.
Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
A tonsil stone. Step to the right of the great cathedral, and you'll find another temple. Let's see. Did I miss it? Yeah. There, this key item. A lattice deformed rock. Or perhaps a meteorite? Appears useless, but some odd gravitational force prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral, and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will give you strength."
Not even death offers seek the...
Huh. Not much help. Oh. Oh. One loud dog wakes the others. Alright. There. Quiet. Better. Better for hunting, at least. Ah. More souls laying in ambush as if we'd entered the town. Yeah. This is the reason I got rid of the dogs. Because if you don't, him closing the gate causes them to all come after you. Blue elixir. Something to numb the mind. But yeah. Basically they sick the dogs on you. And I love that. The crow's waiting around the corner right afterwards. And there's a ladder up this building. More crows. Yep. Simple enough. The white church set. Attire of special church doctors. These doctors are superiors to the black preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood menstruation and the scourge of the beast. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that some knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. So, with that, we now have the story, actually, of Vicar Amelia and Will Hunter, who became the cleric beast. The black and white. The white being the Vicar Amelia, who we fought in the Grand Cathedral, and the black creature who became the black priest who became the cleric beast, who we fought up on the bridge. where Amelia would take in the blood herself, the cleric beast lost herself to hunting the blood. To hunting. And yeah. Yep. There we go. And of course, regardless, either way, regardless of the source or the reason, both succumbed to the blood and became monsters themselves. Oh, and a kidnapper, even all the way out here. Yeah. Yep. Kinda hard to believe, but yeah. Even all the way out here, the kidnappers are looking for subjects to extract the materials they need. Ah. We just got a unique item. The Beast Roar. Requires 15 arcane. One of the forbidden hunter tools made by Irreverent Izzy. Borrow the strength of the terrible undead dark beasts, if only for a moment, to blast surrounding foes back with the force of a roaring beast. Such indescribable sound is broadcast with the caster's own vocal cords, which begs the question, what terrible things lurk deep within the frames of men? So, because we have the arcane, and it does use some Quicksilver bullets, but all the same, if you find yourself surrounded and need to send an opponent back, yep, all the same. Alright. You can see these hunters here take a bit more oomph to put down. Yep. Damn, he's got an arm on him. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yep. Nice. And Molotov cocktails. The game is giving you a hint. Go ahead. After all, that water doesn't look like normal water, does it? The coloration's all wrong. Even for murky depths. But yeah, this is the game giving you a nice hint. Yeah. These are poor, pitiable creatures. Decayed and broken. never mind, yeah. This oil, naturally. Yeah. Yep. The oil does exactly what you think it does. Take a lot of damage from any fire while you're covered in it. But so do they. Thankfully, this pit doesn't do any more than that. But naturally, that's why they put the Beastman there, wielding a torch. Just to take advantage. And easily missed is this cave. Bloodstone shards. And a pungent blood cocktail. This allows us back into the village we saw earlier. We're taking a bit of a back route, but to be honest, this was the first way I experienced this area. Because I've been playing the Soul series so long. Ow. You learn pretty early on, never take the front path. And again, these guys are wielding torches because if you're still covered in the oil, it's real easy for them to get some real cheap damage on you. So yeah, another ambush, but nothing special beyond. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can't get up from there. Ah. Oop. Did you see that? Yeah. They've got a cannon. Yeah. So yeah. They've got a cannon, all set up and waiting for you. Like I said before, this area is, you're not supposed to be here. And the enemies here will use every trick, trap, and weapon they can get their hands on to keep you away. Alright. Yep. Ow. Alright, now you're done. Okay. Alright. Ah. Right. Lots of hunters. Nice. Ow. Yep. Pungent blood. Yeah. Now let's make sure we clean out this front part of the town. Because again, this is where because if we look around, this is actually the front I skipped over. Yep. 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 And just keep exploring. You want as many materials as possible. More beast blood pellets. Where they... Again, they were banned by the church, but the hunters still use them for the sake of empowering themselves. Whatever it took to push back the hunt. To push back the monsters that lived and that men became. And this is the entrance we pass by with the trap. So we've come full circle. Like I said, I took the long way round, basically. And that's just because, well, as I said, after a while, playing the Souls games, you just learn, never take the main entrance. Though, when you do that, you tend to miss a few things. Let's see. Because this is a trap. And there it goes. Yep. It's not overly bad. It's just a pit with a couple of crows in it. Honestly, the fall damage probably ends up doing you worse than the actual crows. But it's a good sign of ingenuity. Is the way I want to put it. A simple trap, pitfall trap, in the middle of the town. These hunters, they're not stupid. It seems like they're aware that individually they're not any threat to you. And it's only by teaming up that they can become dangerous. Almost as if they've experienced this before. And that these tried and true tactics are what work best. Alright. And now we get to the point of dealing with this cannon. The simple truth is, it's a cannon. If it hits, yeah, it's gonna hurt like hell. And unrealistically, he has infinite ammo and fires much faster than an actual cannon could. Like, nothing for nothing. We should have a good... Okay, see, the problem is he's by himself, so... I want to say it's a good 2 minutes between shots. Normally on a cannon, just between... maybe down to a minute. Just because the how fast you have to pack it, load it, put the next shot in, if you had the pile of shots, yeah. So, either way. He's firing unrealistically fast, but that's to be expected in the game. Alright. So the best way to get through is to zigzag. Find a building to run to. Then we can see there's someone in that one, so let's go for that next. Yep. How is it our fault? What is our fault and how is it our fault? Well, that's a good question. What is our fault and how is it our fault? They never explain. Alright. Got him. Nice. By the way, the game's kind enough to let you fire it. You can't aim it. It's just purely... Yeah. It's just purely here. But it is just one of those funny things of, yeah, you can fire it. Yeah, no. If you're still falling for those tricks at this point, honestly, I can still hear something breathing. Oh, I think we got everything, mostly. One way, yeah, actually, one way you're supposed to go is here. I skipped over it, but... Blood vial. But yeah. Basically, there's a bunch of hidey holes to hide from the cannon. Letting you get close. Yep. But, even so. Oh. Little side path. More twin bloodstones. We ought thank you for your sacrifice. Now. Oh, someone over there just walking. But he's going down. Alright. And out here. Nothing major. A little dark. Our axe-wielding friend is checking. He seems, well, nothing too special about him. Ooh. Even got him to flinch. Nice. Yeah. More madman's knowledge. And let's see. Over here. An elevator? Oh well. Nothing we can do with it now. And another bridge. Oh! A hunter with snakes coming out of his head? Huh. Snakes. Well, that doesn't bode well. Oh, a path up here. Ah, an elevator. Well, we did see an item up here. More twin bloodstone shards. Well, an elevator is always a good sign. Especially as we've been largely descending this whole time. Ah, an item. Some antidotes. And hello. You're awfully well dressed.
Ah, a new face, are you? And an accomplished hunter, it would appear. I am Volta, Master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen enough of these wretched beasts, freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
Sure. I mean, we'll be killing these things anyway. Might as well.
Yes, as a hunter well should. Commit this to heart. Our own Carol rune, symbol of the League.
Impurity.
The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates. Now, there is one thing you must know. By the oath of the League, those who bear its rune will see vermin. Vermin writhe deep within all filth and are the root of man's impurity. All vermin are to be crushed. The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours alone. Do not expect the world to grasp our work. But remember, the Confederates will always have my blessing, and each other. Always. The League and
Okay. So the League. A group meant to dedicated to destroying vermin. The title is a bit misleading. When they talk of vermin, they're not specifically mentioning... Oh, I did miss... Okay, I did just miss him. Blood vial from Rue. Okay. They aren't mean... The title vermin makes you think of rats and such. Though the true definition of vermin can include insects, and in this case, they're centipede-like creatures that exist within the corruption that causes men to be altered. And the messengers have a gift for us. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside Owaden Chapel. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our journey to find the truth of this nightmare.
Welcome home. What is it you...
And the truth
Very
of the
well.
dream.
Let me stand close.
Alright.
Farewell, good hunt. May you find you.
Now, we've been given the tonsil stone, and we've been given the eye of a blood-drunk hunter. These are very special items. And of course, we could just continue our journey down to finding Bergenworth. A Carol rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This rune, discovered inside the forbidden Beast Eater, came to symbolize impurity and the oath of the League. Confederates of the League cooperate with hunters from other worlds and hunt to discover vermin. Vermin writhe within filth and are the root of man's impurity. Crush all vermin without hesitation. And the Carol Rune's effect is that during co-op, you get a boost to your HP. Slight, but every little bit helps. More importantly, though, when they're talking about the idea of the thing that we didn't get from Voltaire to admit, and he doesn't want you to realize, is discovered inside the forbidden beast eater. Voltaire is devouring the impurity into himself and has every intention of ending himself as a martyr. But to that point, he might just be concentrating the impurity in a single vessel to become an absolute monster, worse than any other. And we've seen throughout the Soul series what exactly that kind of determination can create. Let's see, I've got 54 blood vials in the back, 123 bullets. Yeah, we can just go some more blood vials. There we go. 72. That's a good number. Because sometimes we'll end up with a point where I may go through it. A couple of bad boss fight runs can really drain your blood vials, so try to keep on top of that. But let's go to the Cathedral Ward. Let's start, well, for one thing, let's talk with everyone. The night's grown deeper.
Oh, the hunter. Alive and well at that. Another one you sent made it here safe and sound. This place is a haven now for so many. Thanks to you. I'm overjoyed, really, that you'd even give me the time of day. I don't suppose there's anybody out there worth saving anymore, but you did all you could. And so many owe you so much. Amazing, really. Not because you're a hunter, but because you're you. Makes me think. Once dawn breaks, maybe I can just, start over. Makes it easier to bear all of this, you see. You've made life easier. Thank you.
Triumph. You get this if you've managed to save everyone you could save.
If you please, kind hunter, when the night of the hunt passes, suppose we could be friends? Now, I know I hardly deserve it, but, well, out of line. Give it a thought. Once the night, give it...
Perhaps. We'll have to see how dawn looks.
Oh, hello. The whole town's turned, has it? Quite a big family now, aren't we? Though I'm afraid I seem back for my blood.
Okay. Yeah, because you can only have one, right, you can only have one of the two bloods.
Oh, there you are. You're early, dear. Is anything the matter? You can always tell me. Mother will make everything better.
That's quite a sharp turn from what we experienced before.
Anything?
I have my share of woes.
Oh my. You poor thing, but don't you worry. This will help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
A sedative. Something to relax and calm you. I believe she can give you some periodically.
I'll spare you one nugget of advice. Beware the blind man. There the beggar sits at the bottom of the bloody food chain, and then he's here acting like he owns the place. He's not to be trusted. What's he want with all those people anyway? That little weasel has a murky past, I'm telling you.
Well, so do we all, man. So do we all.
I've no time for your pet. What? Just, I can't stand the stench of your lying breath. I've no... What? I can't...
Is that so?
Brave hunter. Please, there are others in...
Okay. So let's see. Well, let's go with the shady guy first and head to the right. Oh. This hunter's gone. He's left. The crows have moved. Alright. Yep. And it's clear. Well, let's go take that bit of advice. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, the scythe wielder does more damage the more insight you have. Yep. Yeah, the quicker speed up swing of the Tonitrus can come in handy. It's a good frenzy weapon. Yep. 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 Nice. Yep. Simple enough. Nice. All right. This was also another location where we were told about, and there were 2 hunters over here. The night's gotten deeper. Weren't there some survivors here as well? Not in a good way. I could go through the entire town, but that's effectively what you're seeing is a good summation of just about all the places. They're starting to fall apart. Things aren't going well. And here we can see... Yep. Yep. And there are some up there. So, now that you know they're there, yeah, the actually easiest way to deal with them is actually to come up over here, where there was the kidnapper who killed us earlier, to get to the Hypoganic jail. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The enemies in this game are not stupid. Alright. Yeah. Nice. That stomp usually gives you plenty of time to get in some damage on him. Alright. So yeah. Your best bet, come down here. And this will get you a drop on the snipers down here. Oh, didn't get a good solid hit on him. Oh well. And knocking their corpses so you can get more easy access. And yeah. Yep. Oh. Got one. Got two. Getting all your freebies. Because upgrade materials are always welcome. Alright. And this temple, there is a shrine or temple here. Oh. Another item. Lead elixir. It's of middling usefulness. And... a door. What? Oh, shit. What? No, what? Fuck. Wait, it's one of those things.
Oh, amygdala. Oh, amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
Amygdala. Death is a way to get through. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks is that is still counted as a death. So, oh no, okay, no, we do have our blood echoes. Okay. But yeah, we ended up in a new place, a lecture building. Well, we were told about the scholars of Bergenworth. So it makes sense that a scholarly place. Hello. Who are you? It's you.
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know.
Oh.
You're nigh on a beast of the field. But here you are, treading a measure with the gods.
Is that how you see it? Getting us killed and bringing us here?
Are your feet as fat as your wits? Oh, cease this dithering. Take the plunge. Throw yourself to the wolves. Are your feet... Oh, cease...
Go kill some beasts. It's what's good for you. Is that what you're saying? We can hear breathing. Well, there's plenty to see here. Though this place is a little unusual, wouldn't you say? Door doesn't open from this side. Plenty of doors. Oh, but this one does. A laboratory. In here, some kind of lecture hall. Oh! What? Nope, nope. Yeah. A scholar? A lecture hall. Where ideas would be presented and a teacher would preside over their students. I assume this would have been the teacher. Lecture theater key. Well, it makes sense. Key to the lecture theater in the lecture building. Today, the two-story lecture building is adrift in the nightmare, but once it was a place of reflection, where scholars learned of history and archaeology. Perhaps it still is, as the students in the lecture theater appear to await the return of their professor. Indeed. Ah, the uniform of a student. Looking to be versed in seeking knowledge in archaeology and various other fields. And this brings us back to the main hall. Alright. Door to outside. Probably not for the best. We've not finished exploring this place after all. It's a little dark. Oh. Ah. And the students... It's interesting. Note that the way the students are changed. Their bodies liquid like quicksilver. And more importantly, how sickly pale they are. We've seen others in the state of melting. Back in the village, or back in Yharnam itself, we saw those creatures losing all the people who were losing their legs and kind of melting. I suppose this is the ultimate form of that. More madman's knowledge. I suppose it makes sense to find much of that here. This is probably the homeland of these mad scientists. Well, just making sure we didn't miss anything too much. Nope. Well, maybe the key opens this. Nope. Yep. Ah. There. Yep. This is a more populated one. Yep. And these students seem eager to be rid of us. Yeah. And with so many of them, a good Molotov cocktail or two will go a long way. And from there... Nice. Yeah. I've said before, the axe can carry you pretty much most of the game. Nice. The two-handed form gives you enough range to really be able to push against most enemies. And as you can see, Quicksilver bullets are plentiful. And these students still wait. Once they... Yeah. For a teacher that will never return. Quicksilver bullets. And no other doors, right? It's just the one exit? Yep. Alright. The Augur of Ebrietas. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is a... Yep. Remnant of the Eldritch Truth encountered at Bergenworth. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known as Augurs of Ebrietas, to partially summon abandoned Ebrietas. The initial encounter marked at the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the old labyrinth, and led to the establishment of the choir. That's a lot of words they threw at you that don't seem to make any sense. So let's start with what it does. It does require 18 arcane. Luckily, we have 23. So more than the Beast Roar, Ebrietas is quite a useful mechanic we can use. It costs some Quicksilver bullets, but is a good counterattack and a quick sudden hit. Now, let's pick this apart because this is something a lot of people fail to grasp. This is a remnant of the Eldritch Truth encountered at Bergenworth. Now, what that means is this is a piece of a greater whole known as the Truth that Bergenworth encountered in their school. This uses phantasms. That's what they're calling the things that come out. The invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great One, or pieces or, signs or symbols of one of the divine. Okay? What they known as the Great Ones. To partially summon abandoned Ebrietas. So what we're doing when we activate this is summoning a part of something greater. Okay? That is the mechanic of what we're doing. Now, the last one. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the old labyrinth. So, when someone discovered abandoned Ebrietas, that marked the start of people researching the cosmos but from within the old labyrinth, which is where we can go into. Remember that we're able to create, using the chalices, these dungeons. This is what started this, and led to the establishment of the choir. We don't know much about that at this point, but just know that it's because they encountered Ebrietas that they started to, Bergenworth started to research and grow from there. Understand that that is what they're saying. So we reached this far. Managed to reach the lecture hall. Yeah, no door down here. No there. Ah. And another chest. Red jelly. I think that's just, yeah, that's a material. Stillborn infants, born of a creature of unknown origin. The type of the type found in some corners of the old labyrinth. So these are unfortunately stillborn creatures that didn't survive. They have some humanoid features, at least from what I can see. But, well, unfortunately, the children who early forms of life never seem to really resemble one another. Seem to always resemble one another, rather. Though, isn't it a little bizarre? Have you seen any stairs that lead up? We know there's a second floor. We can see it. But it's... there doesn't seem to be a way up. Have we simply missed it? The truth is, I believe no. Yeah. There's nothing we can do at this point. But continue on. And head from here outside. What is outside? Nothing. The frontier. Lots of stones and rock. Oh, for fuck's sake. Whatever. This is the one of the most common places to be invaded, in my experience, just because it is a pain in the ass area to deal with. But yeah. As far as it goes, more Madman's knowledge, we've reached a place beyond. And enemies still it's sleeping. It's a good chance to take a look. Notice the exposed rib cage. This thing's physiology should not work in any capacity. It's thin, wiry, it's a beast that's... Its musculature doesn't depict any true strength behind it. Well, it's as good a time as any to try out this. Yeah. Well. Got through it pretty easily. It did seem about as frail as it should be. I see lights out there. And another one of those creatures. You can hear rasping breaths. And it dropped a bloodstone gem. Not bad. And we could see an item. Alright. More lead elixirs. These basically... A heavy, syrupy liquid medicine temporarily shifts weight to make deflection of attacks easier, but must be used with care, as it also slows movement with no change to defense. Its recipe for this mysterious concoction is unknown, but some postulate that it materializes only within the most desperate nightmares. Effectively, those who are desperate to survive. Oh. So that's what's been making this whole noise. Nice. Yep. Oop. Yeah. And that gave us twin bloodstone shards. Alright. Alright. Now, these creatures... Yeah, they have learned to use fire. And they have... Wow. They can use fire, lightning, they have sharp claws, they give the lightning of a dark beast. They're hunters in their own right, so to speak. They're dangerous, yes. And it's clear that they have a multitude of attack patterns. And the only thing that happens is after a halfway point, they get down on all fours and start attacking you like a dog. Because the Souls developers all know everyone dies to the dogs every now and then. Oh, there's her ringing. Yeah. If I get invaded, so be it. I don't care that much. But I don't typically... But honestly, I'm not a PvP player, and I never have been. Ah. That one actually isn't PvP. This is actually a scripted hunter. Yep. Bad choice. Yep. And there's the Augur of Ebrietas. Got one. Nice. Need the faster movement speed. Okay. Yep. 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 Yeah. Alright. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Nice. Yeah, the Hunter AI in this game is actually pretty damn great. Yep. Got him. More lead elixirs, yeah. The most desperate nightmares. Being trapped in a place like this, yeah, that would be a... Yeah. We're getting close to wherever she is. Yeah. Alright. Now... before we advance any further, I think there's a shortcut I missed. Oh, no. Okay. No, we just haven't reached it yet. Okay. Oh. You picked the wrong way to run. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Sorry if I'm being a little hesitant. It's just this area has always been one of those ones that gets me killed a lot. Okay. Let's see. I think it's up here. Oh, an item is. Yeah, Fading Lake. Okay. Because I know there's a couple items that here in the Nightmare Frontier that can be really helpful. There it is. Alright. Yep. God, that does so much damage. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, these guys are rough. They're far more aggressive than you expect. Alright. And through here. Ah. Now we start seeing the trolls. Or at least that's what I call them. They chuck rocks at you. Alright. So yeah. Wherever she is. Alright. Like, I've been looking for her. I don't even see her. She's nearby. just don't know where the hell she is. By the way, yeah. Horrible Cthulhian monsters. And they will just sit there on the... Because that ground is poisonous. And that's the upside. They won't leave that ground. The downside. They've got projectiles. And as you can see, they're made up... These things are made up of multiple... Yep. They inflict rapid poison. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of them, and they inflict rapid poison. And typically speaking, they won't come out of the muck until you bait them. So... And they're an eldritch abomination, which... Like, these are the most clear-cut cases of... Alright. There we go. Yeah, there's just a lot of them. They don't respawn endlessly, but they do. There are just a lot of them. And up here, because there's the blue light. There you are. There we go. Just auditorially, that's so satisfying. Alright. There are more of these creatures out here, and again, this whole area is poisonous. And poison is pretty bad in this game. And the fact that your speed is slowed, it just doesn't feel worth it. At least, not right now. Luckily, it's not the only way we can go. The frontier is actually pretty expansive. Unsurprisingly, really. I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty unsurprising it's expansive. Oh, and the trolls. They throw rocks at you. They're much slower than the cannon was. So it's not as bad. But there are more of these guys. So, you know, that it's the balancing act of, yeah, there's more of them, but they don't throw as fast as the cannon fired, so that's at least something. Yep. Just, ow. Yeah, they do hurt, but there are places you can take cover. So, but bear in mind, there are also places you can fall down into the muck. And, yeah, you don't want that. Nice. Alright. Alright. But yeah. And getting through here. And past the trolls. Okay. This is what I was thinking of. This is a cute trick they do. That's how you make the shortcut. The original trick, and I'm not showing it off, was that, remember that little head thing that ran off? It was actually perched up here, so your first instinct would be to come running after it, and it would fall, and that would get you to naturally make a shortcut. A cute little trick they did to play on the player's greed. I will always respect that. Now these are actually advanced versions of those head creatures that counterattack. They're worth more stones and obviously sometimes better ones, but of course you have to risk getting hit. And yeah, there's nothing else really up here. It's just for that and the shortcut. So you don't have to go around the whole time, and yeah, so it'll get you around. Now, what I've been avoiding, and one of the things I've been avoiding is walking in the muck. There's only so much you can do by just avoiding it. Eventually, I believe you do have to go down in there. And we got some special blood gemstones. Alright. And let's go after this troll. Oh. Yep. Yep. Bolt papers. Because as you might imagine, the little slime suckers down there and the poison, they're actually fairly weak to bolt if I remember right. So, it's one of the reasons I keep the Tonitrus around. But, if I'm honest, yeah. Going into the muck is the worst part of this area. For several reasons, and anyone who knows ahead of me also knows exactly why no one likes going into the muck. Believe it or not, the other thing for me is that this area is, by and large, completely optional, and B, kinda pointless on some levels. Kinda. At least it feels like it some days. Still. Yeah. I think we'll hold off on actually entering this area yet. Because we did get access to another area. So, let's reawaken. And head to the Hunter's Dream. We'll put
Welcome. What is it? Very well.
Let's see. And I'm literally just like 100 short. Okay.
Farewell, good. May you.
And for those curious about my stat building, I'm going Arcane Strength up to 5 points, then Health and Stamina 5 points, 5 points this, and just alternating. It'll give me what I need to be able to get through. So. Yep.
Welcome. What? Very well.
Yep. Alright. So we'll have our offense up, but 2 more points.
Farewell, good. May you.
And let's see. Fortify. Nope, I'm up to the point with chunks, and I don't have enough. Okay, so I do have more than enough to finish up maxing out the Tonitrus. So let's take a look at that. So, alright. Get the Tenitris up. Perfect. Alright. Then repair my axe just to make sure it's in good condition. So, have I gotten any better gems? Nope. 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 Okay. So our axe is as good as it's gonna get. The Tenitris... We did get... Okay. Oh, just extra blunt, so... So it'd be 19 points... Yeah, no, it works out better, just... Yeah, that's still more attack power. Yeah, then the 4 points of blood. Yep. Cool. Now, we have a fifth tempering, the waning moon. These can add some interesting ones. This can add additional bolt damage, but it's only like 6 points, whereas this adds an additional, 7.3%. The extra bolt's nice, but not necessary. Still, that puts our attack power, 291 on the axe, and 243 on the Tenitris. Nice. Alright. The Fading Lake rune. Great volumes of water. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Fading Lake if you want fire defense, Lake if you just want straight defense, yeah. So, nice little ways to modify. And for those curious, if I'm not mistaken... Hypogean Gale. And yeah, the Nightmare is where the Lecture and Nightmare Frontier are. The jail. Nope. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I was mostly trying to remember which ones we can and can't do. Dark Beast, yeah, so we've done pretty much most of Yharnam. Right, so then the next thing we wanted to do was head to the Cathedral Ward one more time. Alright. And we were told for the Eye of the Blood-Drunk Hunter, the Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter, its pupil collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the Scourge of Beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the Nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate no hunter can escape. So yeah, no matter what, by the fact of we use the blood to heal, our fate is sealed. I believe where we need to go trying to remember. I believe it was somewhere over here. believe it was this hunter. And once again, grabbed by the divine.
Cursed fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
Death is a way to find new secrets in this. And here we begin a special place. The Hunter's Nightmare. Note, the entrance we use is gone. We light the lamp. And though it resembles a waiting cathedral, this isn't. This is somewhere very new. The Hunter's Nightmare. A place that isn't Yharnam, but is at the same time. Doesn't that resemble anything? The eye we use to get here. The eye of a hunter. Blood drunk and desperate. Well, for those hunters who have lost themselves. Yep. Yep. Those yellow eyes. Yep. Yep. Damn. Nice. Alright. Yep. Yep. That's a bit of a rough welcome, ain't it? And the gate's closed and we're not allowed to use the chief's emblem. The old hunter cap. Old hunter cap with a wide brim that hides their sharp gaze. In the old days, when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of the standard garb. Not quite as, a little more arcane in fire defense. After all, they used fire themselves. But the gate's closed to us. So we'll have to find another way around. When hunters were 10 a penny. Twin Bloodstone. And we begin. Now, technically speaking, taking it out of the story a bit, this is actually the DLC called, notoriously, of course, The Old Hunters. Not notoriously appropriately, of course. Yep. Yep. And these are some of the old hunters who lost themselves to the blood. Yep. You can see how those who were infected, like we saw in Old Yharnam, wouldn't have stood much of a chance and might have dreaded these hunters who would come day after day to kill them, to cleanse them. Yeah. Watch your stamina with these guys. They hit a lot harder than you're expecting. that wide sweep is the one that really catches me more often than not. Yep. Yeah, that wide sweep is probably the worst they've got. Yep. That wide sweep sucks so much. And I swear, it's never as good when you use it. Oh well. I swear it never hits that as hard when you use it. Oh well. Either way. But this is the land of where those who have lost themselves in the hunt, those who revel in the bloodshed, the slaughter, the ecstasy of superiority, exist. Those who have lost control this is their ultimate fate. Spent on pursuing and hunting down beasts endlessly in a parody of Yharnam. Yep. Alright. And down here, I believe this is where that gate was. Yep. Note that these guys, normally you would have to have a torch out for them to be scared of you. Here they're terrified of you. From the start, you're a hunter after all. And your appearance means only one thing for them. Death. That is the only thing you represent as a hunter. To your prey, you are nothing but death. Yep. So they will come after you with every ounce of strength they have. Yeah. We'll let you take care of them. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Yep. Alright. Nice. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Alright. Nice. Okay. Yep. Yep. Got him. Oh, he's pumped. Okay, here it comes. Ow. Ah, perfectly timed it. Got me perfectly on that one. I literally like a frame too soon. Though, it's worth asking. For this to be the hunter's nightmare, for those who are blood drunk, isn't this a little too kind of a fate? To revel in their feelings of strength? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah. Ow. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Ow. I swear it never works that well for me. Like, even when you get that damn club, never hits as hard, I swear. Oh well. So yeah, the beasts down there will be... don't really need to deal with, because the two hunters down there will. Yep. And again, the dogs are just the dogs. They will always be way too good at picking you off when you don't want them to be. And another hunter. One actually using the saw blade of all things. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Damn. Yeah. The saw blade, which is a fast weapon. Nice. Yep. And he was just hiding here. Alright. Yeah. And as you can see, the needs to use some crows. An old hunter set. Yep. Oh. Yeah. The crows remain a threat, but not... Nice. Yep. Come on, operate the device. Oh, good grief. Yeah. There we go. So that gets us way back. That gets us the easier way up. Okay. Note he's kind of oblivious, so we can just leave. Cute thing, little details, like you'll notice, like, this is blocked off and isn't just a route from lower Yarnum. And here we see 3 more of the prey, the infected. The poor souls who lived in old Yarnum and were simply trying to live their lives, but had the misfortune to contract the plague of beasts. Yep. 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 Alright. More blood vials. Yeah, more. The old hunters just keeps losing themselves and slaying the poor victims. And here... Alright. They try to play on the fact that you haven't seen that trap in a while. And that dropping a firebomb on you, well, Not many people would expect it, really. But we returned up to the Grand Cathedral, and they're running in, trying to take refuge, it seems. Yeah. Yeah. Say hello to the mini-bosses of this area. Yep. The executioners. Yeah. If the executioners of... Ow. That we run into normally... Yeah. These are their big brothers. Or the truest form of them. You can make them flinch, but that's about it. And that's only with a full charge attack. They flinch, and then they have this shockwave. Yeah. And look how much damage that did with just hitting me with the shockwave. Yeah. These guys are rough. And again, you have to avoid that shockwave. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, every one of their attacks will now have that shockwave. Yep. The only thing that's really... Alright. The only thing advantage you can have is, because of their size, you know, they do tend to get caught on things pretty easily. Yep. Oof. A blood vial. Yeah, and again, those guys are pretty damn rough. And back up the Great Cathedral. Well, you ready for a boss fight? We're back to the cathedral where we fought Vicar Amelia. Remember that this place is the fate of those who were blood drunk, who lost themselves in the frenzy. And here we find him holding something loosely. An eye pendant. An eye pendant which unlocks the surgery altar. There are 2 cathedrals in the Hunter's Dream. One lies past the River of Blood, and another contains the private research hall of the Research Church of the Healing Church. Only chosen members of the Healing Church or their lamentable patients can enter the research hall using this eye. Grants eyes to the surgery after altar skull. And no, I was messing with you. There is no boss fight. Well, that's not true. If you hit him, he'll fight you. But this person is so struck by their lament, their pain, even the frenzy of being in a beast form doesn't matter anymore. They are in absolute despair. They are in absolute misery. The question I would ask you, who do you think this person is? Who is so despondent that they lost themselves in the blood only to be completely and miserably just left sitting here? They're obviously a member of the church. They clearly resemble the cleric beast who we fought on the bridge. What's interesting little notes, his legs. They have the little fungi that grow out of various creatures on them. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce someone who we've met earlier today. Oh, wait, oh no, it's not if you hit him. Never mind, I forgot. There's a different item we need to be able to, meet this individual. So trust me, we'll be back. But just understand who they are, and understand that no one is in the hunter's nightmare for no reason. Every person here, every soul present, is present because of their own actions, whether they would admit it or not. And to the right, where normally would have led us to that cathedral that brought us to the lecture building. Instead, a tunnel that leads us to what we were told earlier, the River of Blood. Here we can see some of the methods of the old-style hunters. That's a cannon firing on a choke point. Yep. And there are multiple, 3 of them in fact. Alright. Let's try and take our time. Out. And there was one even there. Yeah. It's a cute trick, ain't it? The whole point is to give you nowhere to run. And yeah, the pressure plate even gets you. The merciless methods of the early hunters. Luckily, you can break them. Yep. Oh. God, the damage output in this area is rough. But yeah. Mostly because I'm messing around and not taking them seriously. But, as you can see, it is the brutal methods that they relied on. But the other thing I want to show off is a simple fact. To get to the Hunter's Nightmare, is it in Yharnam? It is not. It's not in the Frontier, nor in the Unseen, nor is it in the Nightmare. No, you would think of it in the Nightmare Headstone, but in fact, all by its lonesome up here, the Hunter's Nightmare. This is also the gravestone, the only headstone that the doll acknowledges. Every now and then, randomly, she'll be knelt over here, as if mourning someone who's passed. Well, now I think we understand. The doll is simply paying respects and wishing the best for the hunters who came before and who were lost to the nightmare. The nightmare being the final resting place if you can't complete the hunt and bring dawn. Though, interestingly, it's gotten darker around the city, around Yarnum. Doesn't it seem a little brighter out here? I think we can see a little farther. And there's little peaks of blue sticking out, where it seemed far more purely overcast. Maybe it's just my imagination. I mean, the moon looms as large as ever over us. Either way. Let's see. So we've unlocked both of those. The frontier. But those are both obviously optional areas. Our main goal remained trying to reach Bergenworth. Hey, Walter. And we had unlocked this shortcut to bring us to the Forbidden Woods, where we encountered the snake-headed hunter. Alright. And these piles of snakes. Snakes upon snakes upon snakes. Which is why the game started giving us so many antidotes. Because naturally these are all venomous. And these woods are actually pretty rough to try and get your whole way around, to be honest. It's pretty easy to get lost. So, don't feel bad if you do. This is one of those areas the shining coins could actually come in handy. Because all you need to do... Let's see. If you get to a fork in the road and you're not sure, drop a coin. There we go. Then you'll be able to see it from farther away. And you can mark off where you've been and where you haven't. There's some very large headstones around here. Oh, another snake. Oh. Yep. Lots of snakes. But compared to the horrors we've been seeing, these are almost... I mean, they're horrifying, but this is almost mundane, don't you think? Compared to the abominations we've been fighting. A pile of snakes is... not that impressive. But... best not to be taken unawares, all the same. Well, something's breathing heavy. I can see another pile of snakes. And another. More madman's knowledge. People learning way too much about the serpents, I suppose. And out to the water beyond. Nothing too much more. A few more snakes. Alright. Twin blood stuff. Nice. But yeah. Alright. Simple enough. Again, yet all the same. Doesn't this feel just a little underwhelming compared to the horrors we've come across? Oh. Yeah. If you keep backtracking on yourself, you'll usually end up finding a few sources of the ambushes that you're looking to deal with. Alright. Oh, that's a bit better. The big ones have arrived. Yeah, these ones actually have a ranged attack and are relatively, and their larger size belie, of course, a larger hit point, higher hit points. And this one's just looking to take advantage of the smaller ones just distracting you. Yep. Still, you're perfectly capable of handling it. It's just an artillery strike while you just have to dance with that while you get rid of... Yep. There we go. Alright. And now that the others are gone... Yep, and if you lead it there, it'll get into the fire. Nope. Yep, multiple heads means multiple attacks, which also means greater poison buildup. They can attack from multiple angles, so don't think just siding to the side is all you need to do. Murky blood gemstone, which I believe enhances poison. But yeah. And over here, one of these snake-headed hunters, but of course he's got a little pet there to help him out. There we go. Yep. But yeah, folks, keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open too, and you'll be fine. Most enemies in this game can't resist making noise, so silence is your best friend, because silence typically means you've put an end to most threats. Most. There's a few ones that are actually kind of sneak up on you. Yeah, generally, most enemies can't resist making all kinds of noise. Yeah. Nice. Alright. If we can get around the tree. There we go. Get my stamina back. Yep. And again, the game has been gracious, and if you've been picking stuff up as you go, you have plenty of antidotes. Like, if I equip some, I've got a whole stack, I know. Yeah, I got 10 and an additional 20 in the back. So, yeah, I have solutions. The clear, deep sea. A secret symbol of Carol, runesmith of Bergenworth. The transcription of the Great Ones in human voices depicting downreaching currents. This rune means deep sea and grants augmented resistance, great volumes of water, yeah. Adds, additional slow poison resist. And actually, this is here to teach you something. And this is one of the cool world building details to tell you. The front we see with the snake is a headstone, and there's some completely illegible transcript on the front of it. It looks like a headstone, or what we would view as one. But if you view it from behind, the truth is it's crawling with otherworldly, well, what we call the unseen, via the headstone. This is a nice little world-building thing of, this is telling you the truth of the matter is, everything you've been seeing in Yharnam is a front for what sits in the back. And of course our item, the Augur of Ebrietas, those little slugs things we talked about, invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones. Note that this unseen stone that resembles the unseen headstone is laden with them, with the little creatures that we would know as augurs of Ebrietas or whatever otherworldly powers that be. Alright. So we've been this far. And here, we can see someone got attacked and their horse killed, and then they were dragged off into the blood. Their blood was dragged off here into the mud. Just more violence. And we can hear the snakes everywhere. Yep, more shining coins. Oh, there we go. Alright. I was like, I heard the hunter, I couldn't tell where he was coming from. Alright. Ah, 2 more. This is a lesson you need, that I've said before, but understand. Most hunters in Yharnam work in packs of 3. Yep. Nice. Yep. 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 Yeah. Alright. Ah, our first bloodstone chunk. A solid chunk that forms in cold blood. After death, a substance in the blood hardens, and that which does not crystallize is called a bloodstone. A chunk will never appear in the blood of an ordinary human. Seek deadlier foes if bloodstone chunks are needed. you'll notice that they resemble DNA strands in the middle. Yeah, they will never form in regular people. The only way chunks form is if you've been modified, altered, and become something more, less, or other than human at least. Alright. Yep, and more of the big ones. That's why it's so noisy over here. There we go. Bait them out. Alright. Nice. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Augur Vibriatus is more of a... Yep. Alright. It's got some range to it. Yeah. Alright. Well, it's gotten quieter already. And that was just one of the poor bastards who got caught by the trap. Yeah. But we know we saw earlier, two of them, back to back. Thankfully, it's possible to bait them out, or at least bait the one out. Yep. The worst part of the Vibriatus is you are kind of locked into that animation. Yeah. So it's not as easy to get out of. But flamethrower does work. Yep. Not the most bullet efficient, but sometimes just a bit of roasting is all you need. I've heard some people stand by roasted snakes, so maybe it'll be a good chance to try it. Alright. One more. There we go. Alright. Alright. Yeah, why not? Yeah. I haven't had let my flamethrower take center stage for a bit. And sometimes the deep sea. And that one gives us frenzy resistance. Can't really argue against the principle of frenzy resistance. Alright. Alright. Managed to get through most of that. That's this area cleared out. There's something here. Another snake. Yeah, another snake. Theoretically, I could walk off and try and get the drop on it, but if I'm honest, the fall damage mixed with the recoil of falling, I'm probably just going to get munched to death, so... Nice as it would be to get a drop on it, that's probably a trap to get you killed. Oh, I hear something walking. A pig. Took me a second to recognize that foot style. The march style. Yep. It's one of the pigs. Well, there's some free blood vials. Nice. Well. Yay. Free blood vials. Nice. And there we go. I was starting to run a little low. Another one of the snake-headed hunters. Alright, more ambushes of snakes. Okay. Well, at least we know of it. Yeah, more of them. Yep. There we go. Yeah. Again, the little ones... Without... The little ones are honestly the least of the horrors we've seen. And yeah. This is still progress. Lanterns surrounded by the amygdala heads. And this one, yeah, he can call in reinforcements. It's actually kind of cute. Yep. Yep. Nice. But yeah, some of them can actually call in reinforcements for the little snakes, so... I don't think they can do it infinitely. Like, it's not something you could farm, as far as I'm aware. I think they only do it, like, once, and then they come after you. So it's not like they'd sit back behind the snakes and let you farm them infinitely. And there's the big snake we saw earlier. So we are just getting... you know, back on... We're doubling back on ourselves. And just clearing out. And the torch is there to make the burning sound so you can't hear this snake. Oh! I actually got poisoned. Huh. The upside to being poisoned is, of course, you can't be poisoned again while that's going on. Of course, you're also losing HP, so... But if you know you're going to get poisoned by a group of enemies... Oh. Then it may be worth just taking it, and then powering through for a little bit. It's not unheard of. Just take the poison, and then run as best you can. Nope. Nope. Nice. Yep. Alright. There we go. And we did get hit enough, so... I'll put it this way. In my view, there is no such thing as too good to use. I've always been the sort of person, if I think this will solve a solution or solve a problem, I'm going to use it. So, I've never been the sort who has the problem of, but what if I need this later? If I need it later, I need it later. I'll have to figure something else out then. Alright. Right, this is the direction we saw the pig in. Because I know there's another pig. Yeah, down there, I could hear him. Let's see. fireflies. For all the horrific stuff in this game, it is undeniably well done artistically. Beautiful, even. There are horrors, but horrors require a certain beauty to contrast against. If that makes sense. The same way what hits hardest is laughter after you've been made to cry. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh. Yep. More of these mudmen. So, we understand what it is. Exposure to some kind of infection or something. It infected the students at the lecture hall as well. It's what caused them to lose their legs, their limbs to elongate, and to lose the solidity of their normal frame. Let's see. Actually, pungent blood cocktail. Pig will get distracted by it. Hello. Ow. I'm a little trapped, but not too bad. Alright. Yeah. And the mudmen. And we made it. And I think this is the end of the Forbidden Woods, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe if we go up, it'll get us a shortcut, if I remember right. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Oh. Thought I had him at just the last hit. Oh well. There we go. The clockwise metamorphosis. Which is... Oh. Raises HP. A secret symbol Carol runes. The twisted cross means metamorphosis. Rotated clockwise, the rune boosts HP. The discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality. Metamorphosis and the excesses and deviations that followed were only the beginning. So everything followed after they discovered the blood, with the potential to evolve and improve humanity. And naturally, human greed and such took over from there. as I've said, everything has to come from somewhere. Alright. That, I believe, is the boss fight. So there should be... Feels like I'm missing something then. It's not on the other side of the boss fight, is it? Yeah, you two don't matter. You all kinda don't matter either. Yeah, you all are just opportunists trying to take advantage of when you get greedy and go under there. Yeah, this is how you get here. Huh. Yeah. Could have sworn there was a way... Okay. No. Could have sworn there was... a shortcut. That allowed you to get here more easily. Because that just drops you back out into the woods. Yeah. Could have sworn there was a shortcut somewhere around here. Memory just playing with me? No, just because I'm trying to find a good place to wrap up for the day. Because I want to take a few minutes and get ready for work. Yeah, because that's the boss fight. No, I guess not. Well, we're in a relatively good position. So, all right. Worst case scenario, we reawaken. All right. The Shadows of Yharnam. Remember what I said about hunters working in pairs of 3? Yep. This isn't actually a tribute to the fact... Yep. That this has been a tradition a long time. And extended from... Yep. Yeah. Now, the trick with this fight is it is a 3-on-1. And I believe all 3 have equal amounts of HP. So it's not a case of find the weak one. Yeah. It's got more to do with this fight in how you bait them out. Obviously the one with just a sword is the one you want to work with. most. He'll be your dance partner first. The second one, the one with the candle and sword, will be trying to take pot shots at you. There we go. So just take your time. Yep. Yeah. Just don't get overzealous. Yep. Again, the sword. Keep your focus on the sword one. He's the one who's going to come after you the most aggressively. It may seem like willing to bounce between targets. Take them out one at a time. Yep, and yeah, I got overzealous. I got overzealous. That's on me. Oh well. Well, we did pick up a good amount of frenzied cold blood. And we'll call it for next time. We'll have to go back down through. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Bloodborne. I hope you all have been enjoying, and I'll see you next time on this, or maybe something else. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.